Hello, everyone. It's Donna Vanderhoff here tonight, and we're going to be finishing up the chapter. We're in the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And we are, let me see, on chapter, hang on. Which chapter is this? We had the game, and then we're on another chapter. We started the second one. That was the law of prosperity. That's the chapter we're finishing up tonight. We're starting at the children of Israel. It's on, I believe, about page 12. The children of Israel were told that they could have all the land they could see. This is true of every man. He has only the land within his own mental vision. Every great work, every big accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. And often just before the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement. The children of Israel, when they reached the promised land, were afraid to go in, for they said it was filled with giants who made them feel like grasshoppers. And there we saw the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. This is almost every man's experience. However, the one who knows spiritual law is undisturbed by appearance and rejoices while he is yet in captivity. That is, he holds to his vision and gives thanks that the end is accomplished, he has received. Jesus Christ gave a wonderful example of this. He said to his disciples, "Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are ripe, already to harvest." His clear vision pierced the world of matter, and he saw clearly the fourth dimensional world, things as they really are, perfect and complete in divine mind. So, man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end and demand the manifestation of that which he has already received. It may be his perfect health, love, supply, self-expression, home, or friends. They are all finished and perfect ideas registered in divine mind, man's own superconscious mind, and must come through him, not to him. For example, a man came to me asking for treatments for success. It was imperative that he raise within a certain time $50,000 for his business. The time limit was almost up when he came to me in despair. No one wanted to invest in his enterprise, and the bank had flatly refused a loan. I replied, "I suppose you lost your temper while at the bank, therefore your power. You can control any situation if you first control yourself. Go back to the bank," I added, "and I will treat." My treatment was, you are identified in love with the spirit of everyone connected with the bank. Let the divine idea come out of this situation. He replied, "Woman, you are talking about an impossibility. Tomorrow is Saturday, and the bank closes at 12, and my train won't get me there until 10, and the time limit is up tomorrow. And anyway, they won't do it. It's too late." I replied, "God doesn't need any time and is never too late. With him, all things are possible." I added, "I don't know anything about business, but I know all about God." He replied, "It all sounds fine when I sit here listening to you, but when I go out, it's terrible." He lived in a distant city, and I did not hear from him for a week. But then came a letter. It read, "You were right. I raised the money and will never again doubt the truth of all you told me." I saw him a few weeks later and I said, "What happened? You evidently had plenty of time after all." He replied, "My train was late and I got there just 15 minutes to 12. I walked into the bank quietly and said, 'I have come for the loan.' And they gave it to me without question. It was the last 15 minutes of the time allotted to him. An infinite spirit was not too late. In this instance, the man could never have demonstrated alone. He needed someone to help him hold the vision. This is what one man can do for another." Jesus Christ knew the truth of this when he said, "If two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven." One gets too close to his own affairs and becomes doubtful and fearful. The friend or healer sees clearly the success, health, and prosperity, and never wavers because he is not close to the situation. It is much easier to demonstrate for someone else than for oneself. So a person should not hesitate to ask for help if he feels himself wavering. A keen observer of life once said, "No man can fail if person sees him successful. Such is the power of the vision, and many a great man has owed his success to a wife or sister or a friend who believed in him and held without wavering to the perfect pattern." And that's where we'll stop today. That's the end of the chapter. And I just had something I wanted to share with you. It has to do with where he says here, "The man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end and demand the manifestation of that which he already received." I want to share something with you on that comes from Bob Proctor's website. And hang on, I think I have it. Here we are. It's Discover the Law of Supply. Because I told you there are universal laws out there and that we have to get in harmony with the laws. So this is the law of supply. How would your life change if you discovered that someone had deposited 5 million in your bank account? Or if you suddenly had the energy of a 20-year-old? How would your mind shift if, just like that, you attracted 1,000 new clients into your business? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It is literally an infinite supply of anything you want, and it's waiting to come into your life. Right now, it's probably difficult for you to wrap your mind around that concept. To do so, you'll have to learn about the law of supply and how it works with other universal laws to help you craft the life you want. Some people think the law of supply as the law of demand because no matter how much we have, we always want more. In working with the law, Raymond Hollywell said, "Man is never satisfied. This fact is deplored by many, but God did not intend man to be forever satisfied." You see, dissatisfaction is actually a creative state. A lot of people mix up satisfaction and happiness, but they're not the same. You can be happy and dissatisfied. I'm never satisfied with the result we get in our company. I'm happy with them, but never satisfied. Dissatisfaction has and will continue to lead to life and world-changing discoveries, inventions, and accomplishments. So I hope that you too are dissatisfied. What is the law of supply? The law of supply declares three things. One, There is an infinite supply of every good that we can imagine. You and I are entitled to a full and ever increasing supply of everything we need or desire. 3, everything comes from one infinite source. So does being dissatisfied make us greedy? Yes, it does. Many people hear greed and right away they imagine all sorts of evil intentions and evil actions. That's because our culture often confuses greed with avarice, but they are not the same thing. Avarice is when you consciously seek, wish, or plot to take something away from somebody else who rightfully owns or possesses it. Greed, on the other hand, has nothing to do with taking anything away from anyone else. It simply means you want to increase your share of the infinite supply of good in the universe. I know it's hard to believe that you can have any and all the things you desire, but that's because you're just going by what you can see, hear, taste, touch, taste, and smell. You see, you see and experience limitation because you're looking at life through a very narrow lens. But when you go beyond your sensory factors and connect with the universal source, you broaden your scope and see things from a much higher level, the way God intended us to live. God intended us to live an advancing life, just like a seed in the ground that wants more and more sunlight, nutrients, and water. We have a natural desire to grow and evolve. The law of our being is perpetual increase, progress, and growth. So when we achieve something, another desire for even greater good will develop naturally. And when we reach that higher state, we develop an image of yet a better state. When you know in your heart that you deserve to have more and more, and that you are not harming anyone else by helping yourself, then you will begin to work with the law of supply and be a light in the world. Want more money, more clients, or more of something else? Study and then get in harmony with this phenomenal law. It works for every person, every time, everywhere, and it can help you live the life of your dreams. To your success, Bob Proctor. And I love what this talks about. It talks about greed being just your desire for more for yourself, for increase for yourself. It's not to take away from anyone else. You're not doing that by getting your desire in, because the supply isn't limited in the world. There a great line I got from my mentor was, there is only abundance everywhere. If you look out into nature, there's abundance. Think about trying to count the blades of grass there are in nature. It's just infinite, or the grains of sand out on the beach. It just goes on and on. And and the same thing is with everything. Everything is created already. Creation is finished, and everything you want or desire is out there. There's enough for your needs and wants to be satisfied. So we'll leave it at that for today. And let me stop sharing this. And we'll come back tomorrow and we'll start the power of the word. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.